There we go.
Okay, there we go, Mr. Rob. Lawrence, you're up a bit on the dark side. Oh, Darth Vader, what can I say? Right. Good evening, everybody. I don't want to be long on Zoom tonight. I just wanted to check if you guys were aware of or have watched any of the videos. I'll start with you there, Adrian, as soon as you're on my top left. I'll move from top to bottom, left to right. The question is, have you seen the videos on the bikers protesting yesterday, Adrian?
Chad, yes, I've seen it, but I've not seen all the details of what I now pick up from, you know, the clashes between the bikers and the police. I've not seen footage of that, but I've seen main runs and stuff like that, you know, the highlights, but I did not go into deeper now.
All right, Norman?
Muted.
Yeah, I've seen some of the videos, but I haven't seen. You know, I haven't really had time to sit and play on Facebook on that. But yeah, I saw some of the stuff. There was a 37-minute video that I started watching, but I sort of like skipped through it. And I watched another. I think there was another one, probably about 5 minutes long, just showing sort of like highlights and that. I saw that, but other than that, no, I haven't really seen too much of it. But I got the gist of what they were doing.
All right, Battis, did you participate in any of this?
No, I haven't, and yeah, we have a big fight around that. But yes, my group didn't participate. There was 1 or 2 people that did participate, but the rest of the team did not participate at all.
Not even on the marshalling side?
Not even the marshalling side.
Okay, Pierre?
Chad, I started watching one of the videos where the biker, I think it was in Cape Town, was pulled off his bike. And then I got so the murren that I turned it off.
Okay, Lawrence?
No, I watched some of them. So, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Robin, Cape Town, talk to me.
On Saturday, I was working. I was just doing some screening at Standard Bank, and obviously I watched the whole biker crowd come past. And I mean, it's a good 10-15 minutes of bikes going past down Adley Street going towards obviously Parliament. There's a lot of bikers that were there. There's a lot of them. So yeah, I've seen the confrontations on videos. I wasn't there to see it, but I can see it's going to be very interesting to see what goes forth from now. It's going to be very.
Yeah, it's interesting that Rob ends his question on that statement, because that's exactly what is of concern to me. And this might very well be because of what Rob and I experienced in Red Cross in the old days. But the thing that's playing on my mind from the time that I started to you know, my brother, for example, is also a biker. And naturally he had posted a video of the guys meeting up somewhere in the south of Joburg, and this is what now got me to start seeing all the other biking videos that were being published. And the thing that is of concern to me is that when the farmers actually stood up, what was it, 2 years ago, on that Black Friday and said, you know, that they're against these farm murders, the EFF actually stood up and said, well, you know, we feel that you guys are provoking us, and if you ever do something like this again, we will go toe to toe with you. And those words have been sitting on my heart for a long time now. Look, even on amateur radio, it says don't discuss politics. Well, I'm not going to discuss politics, but as a disaster relief organization, one thing Brigitte Royan from the International Committee of the Red Cross ever taught me during the days of Red Cross was based on a question she posed several months after us knowing each other. Actually, we'd already entered into an official agreement, you can say. We were we were in a relationship. And Bridget sat me down one day and said, look, you know, Red Cross principles of neutrality and impartiality is one thing. Now, to be impartial and neutral is not specifically Red Cross orientated. Any NGO, any organization that provides assistance to any person in need must be seen as neutral and impartial. I'm sorry, there's no other way to operate. You cannot be partial or not neutral and expect to operate effectively or efficiently, because I can assure you, communities will not allow you to operate if you are not there for the needy. So she said to me, so how do you know if you are neutral and impartial? And I had no clue on how to answer that. Now, Bridget by nature, look, Bridget used to lecture on international humanitarian law at the University of Geneva. So by nature, said to me, think about it, we'll discuss it again later. And after about a month, we were at dinner, we were in a Greek restaurant in Pretoria, and she brought this up and said, you know what? The only way you can know if you are neutral and impartial is if you know what the politics of the day or the situation actually are. If you don't understand this side of the fence political stance and the political stance on the other side of the fence, you cannot say you are sitting on the fence, because you could be taking part in the ideologies of one side or another. All right, so we got 10 minutes left. I'm going to wrap this up. Now, we have to discuss politics, and the EFF have categorically said that they will go toe-to-toe if the farmers ever do this again. Now, Move 1 Million has only been sort of active in the last 3 weeks, to be quite honest with you. And as at today, they were 496,000 members strong, supporters and followers. They basically 50% of reaching their goal of having 1 million people back in supporting this direct elections. And today, with the bikers nationally congregating in the numbers, you know, Rob, you said, yes, there was about 15 minutes of bikes going past. Battis, you can probably correct me, you can possibly correct me on a rough estimate. Every minute that passes, you could be getting up to 1,000 bikes going past you.
1,000 to 1,500, yes.
There you go. So I'm being conservative. I like to work on the conservative side on the one aspect, but if I'm planning for logistical support, then I'll go to the extreme. So just on your estimate of 15 minutes, that's 15,000 bikers at one location. Now, there have been multiple locations today alone. Well, yesterday alone, where the bikers actually came together. I don't know the official number of bikers that arrived at Union buildings, but I can tell you that's probably in excess of 15 to 20,000 bikers.
Yeah, easy.
Okay, so already, you know, there could have been 500,000 bikers on the road yesterday alone on a legal sort of protest against farm murders. And I don't think the South African government, the authorities, the EFF are going to take too kindly to what happened yesterday. And I think what happened in Cape Town with the GBV protesting group, in a sense, clashing with the bikers, I think that is going to escalate things to a situation that could become ugly and quite nasty. You know, was that biker right in what he was doing? Got no idea. But couple that up with what has happened to this Nathaniel Daniels, or Daniel Nathaniel, whatever his name is, in Eldorado Park. This is going to become a serious problem, and I think we need to look out for it. We need to be diligent, vigilant, and we need to start reporting on these incidents as we get to know about them, but still being careful that we don't follow the fake news route. Because something like this coupled up with a pandemic is not good.
Chad, can I say something here?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, being involved in Limpopo with guys that comes more from the non-city, from the platteland areas, I can tell you this thing is hovering on a point of explosion, because people are angry. You know, farm murders is really touching more people than COVID has ever touched people in South Africa, or let's call it white, mainly Afrikaans people as well, to be honest with you. So, you know, for you say neutrality, I would have to stand a little bit on the side there, because I don't think that I can ever be neutral when it comes to these murder type of stories, to be honest with you.
Look, we've all got our beliefs, we've all got our passions, we've all got our desires. And as a NGO or disaster relief organization, I personally cannot expect myself or even bring myself to ask you not to, you know, consider that or to change your beliefs. The only thing I can say is that when we actually get down to being boots on the ground and providing any form of assistance, we have to shelve those feelings, put them behind us, and still provide the assistance, and then walk away. And well, like, you know, I don't know, I was thinking earlier, all of these bloody paramedics of today that have to go for psychological counseling after the incidences that they attended. That, dude, the only way we dealt with it in the 80s was we got together in the pub and we got drunk. That was a done deal, and look, there's nothing wrong with me. I mean, it's had no effect. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so I wanted to bring this up and bring it to the attention of some of the people, because next Saturday, 5th of September, there's a protest action that's going to take place. And this one is specifically the Move 1 Million and the direct elections. And I think, having witnessed what has taken place this weekend, I actually think there could be a bigger turnout next weekend. Whether the bikers will be involved next weekend or not, I don't know. But I think some clubs will still get involved regardless, because, as Adrian, you said, emotions are running high. And I think a lot of people are going to start showing support across the board. So next Saturday, we need to be extra careful in terms of what we are doing. By that, I mean, let's make sure that we keep our ears and our eyes open next weekend and to report on it without causing panic. All right, got 2 minutes left. Anybody want to add anything? Otherwise, we're going to can it.
Just to say there's a few things that's going to happen. Maybe we're still not knowing. I was already contacted today by some of the lawyers to ask what our involvement in this whole thing is. So I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but they're already asking a few questions. I'm not sure if it's like Adrian said to do with the incident that happened in Cape Town. What happened is there was authorization being given, but the authorization was given by word of mouth and no official approvals was not given. And yeah, so I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but we'll need to see what's going to happen with this whole bike thing going forward. It's not lacquer, but yeah, I hope nothing is happening from going forward and it will be sorted out quickly. It is now something that it feels like they feel they have now something to use the stick on somebody, and now the bike is in line for it.
Okay. Intelligence gathering, very important. So Baptist, maybe keep me updated, feed me information. I know there's a couple of other guys that do it as well. I'm not going to mention names because I think it's better we keep the channels sort of
Confidential.
I don't want to say confidential per se, because those individuals may decide of their own accord to release the information, but to rather channel it through me, and then we can decide what to do with it from that point onwards. Okay, I've got less than a minute. Anybody else want to add anything quickly? All right, good stuff. Guys, have a good week. Be safe and all the rest of it. I'm sure Zoom is gonna. And for crying in a bucket, somebody please, that is a club member, does this ZSWR not irritate you? Let the club know and let them get it off so that we can get down to monitoring this bloody repeater. Okay, have a good week, guys, and enjoy.